It's fairly simple to add extra credit when using unweighted totals for your grading system. To add extra credit, simply create a new column with a maximum possible point value of 0. Make sure to include this in Grade Center calculations. Now, when a value other than 0 is put into that column, it will calculate the points as extra credit. To give extra credit when using weighted grades, there are 3 options for doing so, though it is a bit more complicated than doing so for unweighted grades. The first and simplest option using the Grade Center is to simply give the extra credit on an assignment. That way, when the extra credit points are added, say, for example, giving 5 extra credit points on an assignment with a total point value of 20 points would lead to 25 out of 20 points. The weighted column will calculate this as extra credit. If you want to use a separate column for the extra credit, the second method might be better, though it's a little more complicated. First, when you create the column, give it a maximum points possible of 1, and change the display to score. When you put this column into the weighted grade column, give this new column a weight of 1%. Now your total percentage should be 101%. To bring it back to 100%, you will need to reduce the value of one of the other categories or columns in the weighted grade by 1%. It's important to remember that to give every student 1 point in this new column, otherwise the other grades will only add up to 99%. In order to give extra credit, you simply give more points than 1 in the column for those students. If you want to get even more complicated, there's a third method to add extra credit to an existing weighted grade. This third method gets rid of that extra 1 point for everyone, but makes your Grade Center much more complex. It is also especially useful if you have several different extra credit opportunities and want to put each in its own column. The first thing you want to do is create a column for each extra credit opportunity. You'll want to set the primary display to score. For points possible, you want to put in 0.001 or 1,000th of a point. In your existing weighted grade column, you'll want to select each extra credit column and add it into the selected column's area. Give each of these extra credit columns a weight of 0.001%, 1,000th of a percent. Leave all of the existing categories and columns as is. With this method, the rest of the grades in the weighted grade will be counted as slightly less, but since with this it will be only off by a few thousandths of a percent, the effect should be negligible.